All right, welcome back to my channel, guys. So a spike just happened in the market. This video is basically about scalping, right? I'll be showing you guys how to catch some candlesticks out of the market, right? And this spike that just happened right here is actually something that was required because I'm expecting the market to push back into the overbought region here, and then we'll have to look out for the signs or the signals that will telling us it's time to sell. Okay, the signals that will telling us it's time to sell. Now this strategy is very powerful. We'll be using three powerful indicators for this one. Okay, we'll be using the Gator Oscillator, we'll be using the ADX, we'll be using the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands will be on our main chart. So before I get to show you guys the setup, I would like to address something, right? I see a text where somebody opines that I'm calling that an opinion because of course it's just that person's opinion that these strategies don't work. Well, the truth is indicators are designed to follow price, right? They're designed to follow price movements. So there are some times that they get to lag, right? They get to lag behind. Maybe price is moving a little faster than it, and it's coming right, having delayed the movement. You know, it doesn't follow price accurately. That's why you get to see that different times we bring different strategies that are updated, are up to date, yes, so that it can help you guys maximize your gains in the market. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Probably the person who is using it at the time is not doing it right, or maybe it didn't just follow the instructions appropriately. Okay, so it gets to happen that indicator is not as current as the price, and then you get to make mistakes. So the idea that indicators don't work is not valid. Okay, it's not valid. But at the same time, I do not advise you guys to rely solely on indicators. Even if you make profit from indicators, please make money and go learn price action, right? Pay somebody to teach you price action. I teach my students purely price action trading, right? Where you get to analyze the market without these indicators, right? Without the use of these indicators. Even if you get to use indicators, you're using it to just confirm what you've seen, which means the indicators actually work. If they will confirm what you've seen in the market, it means they actually work. You just have to follow instructions and do it the right way, and you'll be good. And also, you have to be sure that the indicator you're using is still following price appropriately or accurately, and you'll be able to maximize your gains, right? So do well to learn price action. Is very important. Learn price action. But if you can't afford to learn price action, please follow the indicator setup that I share. Follow it religiously, and you will maximize some profits, some good profits out of the markets. I mean, you maximize your gains from this market. A lot of people drop good testimonies from these same indicators that we share, right? A lot of people drop good testimonies, and it means it is working for a lot of people, right? So without further ado, let's just go straight into sharing the setup. All right, Bollinger Bands is going to be needing period 10, shift 0, deviation 0.100, apply to close. Levels are not needed, so just leave it blank. And then for visualization, of course, you should leave it at all time frames, and then just style it with whatever color that would be visible on your chart. Okay, whatever color that will be visible on your chart. I'm using the white background, so I'm using color blue. If you can actually follow the same colors I'm using, you know, it should make sense, unless the background of your chart is dark, right? And then you can choose bright colors. So use second pixel, 2 pixels, right? And just click done, and you will have Bollinger Bands appear on your main chart just like this. All right, just like this. And then the next one we're going to be needing is the Gator Oscillator. Jaws period should be 13, teeth period should be 8, lips should be 5, jaw shift should be 8, you know, teeth shift should be 5, lip shift should be 3. This is actually the default setup, right? The only thing I had to change is just the visualization, which I had to use my own colors, and of course you can follow the same colors, you can use the same colors I'm using, and change your pixel here to 2 pixels, right? And click done, and you would have your gator appear on your indicator window 1, right? If you have that, next thing I want to add is the average directional movement index. Period 1 level should be 90 and 10. When you go to levels, please use color black if you're using a white background, and dark color, bright color if you're using the dark background. Okay, click done. You can of course bring it up to level 2, pixel 2, so that it can be really bold in your chart. And then for the styling, make sure to maintain the same color as the background of your chart. Okay, that's for the plus, the negative and positive, right? Make sure you use the same color as the background of your chart, and then we are good. We have our setup ready, guys. So back to my pep talk on if indicators really work or it doesn't work. Now, indicators follow the market direction. Like I said earlier, yeah, it follows the market. It is designed to follow price. All right, which means there are some indicators that will help you detect the trend because it's following the trend of the market. All right, just like the Bollinger Bands we have on our main chart to help you detect the trend of the market, right? So how do you take advantage of the fact that these guys are just designed to follow your price, to tell you what is likely to happen in the market? It's following price, right? Price movement is ahead while indicator follows, right? So if the market is going upwards, indicator is going to be pointing upwards, going to be finding a way to go upwards, right? If the market is going downwards, the indicator is going to be finding a way to show you that the market is actually going downwards at this time. So you use your head and maximize your gain is using the signals that these things show you, right? If you study price action and you get to analyze the market with your naked eyes, that's when you can actually decide that, okay, this is what the market is doing with your naked eyes. But for the fact that you are using indicators, you need to follow what indicators are telling you. You need to see that indicator is actually just following the price movement, and you are following what the indicator is telling you that the market is doing. That's why I keep emphasizing the need to undergo price action classes, right? We just started our mentorship on the 13th of this month. It is going really well. You guys, if you are not part of the class, I don't know why you are not part of the class, but for whatever reason, when you're not part of the class, trust me, you're missing out, right? You're missing out because my students are bagging so much knowledge within. In 8 weeks, I'm going to be breeding another set of professional traders, right? I'll show them everything they need to know, and they will go into the market and they will make profits. They will make a lot of money. It's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time. We've been on this for a very long time, and we've had several batches with successful students and all of that, right? If you can't afford our mentorship, it is actually very cheap at the time. I'm still taking in people for $150. Just that, very affordable. But if you can't afford that, please look for somebody close to you who can teach you, who knows this thing and can also teach, because it's one thing to know, is another thing to be able to teach, right? So get this knowledge, is very important, and then apply it and see if it will not most of your analysis, if your analysis is right, see if it doesn't correspond with what you have on the indicators. Okay, now we have the setup. Next thing I want to do is to actually know when and how to apply it, right? Now I would have entered a trade here, but my conditions are not completely met, so I had to overlook the market. But first of all, yeah, for the fact that on our main chart, price has crossed the indicator on our main chart, our Bollinger Bands, and it has gone below it. Price has closed below it, and it's now, the indicator is now pointing downwards. You can see clearly for yourself that the indicator is pointing downwards, which means the market is moving towards that direction, right? You can see that the market too has been going downwards since that time. Even if there happened to be an upward movement, this spike over here, it still did not come anywhere close to where our entry would have been had it been we took this trade right here, right? Now this is another entry. The fact that price has crossed these Bollinger Bands again, and the Bollinger Bands is now pointing downwards, right? This would have prompted me to sell right here, but it's not enough reason, so I'm not going to do that. I want to see that the Bollinger Band is actually going to keep printing downwards, and then I want to see some other conditions in the what is it called, the indicator window one. I want to see them met first before I decide that I want to take a trade. Okay, what are those conditions? Now look at this area. You can see what happened here. You can see what happened at this area. Now the green guy, the green line is here, our gator oscillator indicator here. You can see it crossed this level. It crossed level 90, the ADX level 90 which I have here, the black line we have here. It crossed above it and went into that region, and then started dropping at that region, printing the red guys at that region, and then the red guys were now dropping. You can see they were printing what the candlesticks charts would see as lower highs, right? It's printing the lower highs at that region. You can see for yourself that whatever is happening there is slopey. You can see it is slopey around that region, right? It went into that region first of all. Remember to use the third zoom level first of all. I just had to zoom out to show you guys what I was showing you guys. So it is slopey around the region. That is my other condition in the indicator window. I want to see that price has actually printed. I want to see that the indicators has gone up above this region, and then it is printing the selling signal. The indicators is now printing more of lower highs and is dropping and is sloping into the box again. All right, if that happens, and then I also see a movement in the market which price eventually breaks the what is it called, the Bollinger Bands on our main chart, closes below it and then sells under it, and then the Bollinger Bands is pointing downwards, that would be what would trigger my entry. But that's still not enough. Okay, that's still not enough. Now for me to be sure that all of this is going to play out, I want to first of all see the market in a downtrend on a higher time frame. This is what I'm talking about, right? This is the 30 minutes time frame. You can see clearly that the market is in a downtrend. Nobody can dispute this, right? The market is printing the lows, right? At this moment, it's printing the lows. It is hitting the top of the it is hitting the Bollinger Bands from below it, and it is dropping soon as it hits below it. This is what I'm talking about. You can see that whenever price touches the Bollinger Bands from beneath, it drops immediately. You can see the areas I'm pointing out. Price just drops immediately. It hits the Bollinger Bands from beneath, right? Even if it fakes out, it still gets to sell from that region, right? So the market has been in a downtrend. It has been trending downwards for a while. This is what would prompt me to actually buy whatever I did. The indicators are telling me on a lower time frame, right? If you go to a higher time frame, even a 1 hour time frame, it's still the same thing. It has been selling. It has been selling. So this is the only reason why I'm even going to trust whatever the indicator is saying in the lower time frames, like the 15 minutes, like the 5 minutes, and then the 1 minute time frame where I'm actually going to be making my entry from. So please ensure to see the trend of the market. The Bollinger Bands on your main chart is going to help you actually tell the trend. If at all you can't use other methods which we trust even better to detect our trend, just like using the chart, candlestick chart patterns to tell the trend of the market. That is what I train my students to do. I don't want my students depending solely on these indicators. That's why I teach them purely price action trading. I don't teach them anything about indicators. I just show them how indicators work, and then I let them learn to do these things without indicators. Okay, so you want to be part of our class? We just got started. You can still join us if you want to, but if you feel you are too late behind, you can still you can still reach out to me for the next batch, which is going to happen soon after this batch is done. Okay, so reach out to me and book your slots. It's going to be very affordable, but it's going to be very, very impactful. So make sure you learn these things, guys. Don't sit down and just assume that this thing doesn't work when other people are making a lot of profits out of the market using these same strategies, these same patterns, these same techniques, right? Don't just sit down there and be assuming, or especially if you read stuff online and you feel like the comments online are negating the ideas, or are contradicting what people are telling you about these indicators, and you are just there assuming that it doesn't work. Just go ahead and try it. Can of course just try it out with your demo account. Make sure that you are using a demo account to try it first before you get to apply it to your live account, guys. So I'm going to show you guys more examples where my conditions were met and then boom, the market just kept selling. This is another area, right, where the conditions I discussed earlier was met, and then it happened again here. It was met here, and then you can see the number of candlesticks that was printed before the market happened to spike. And then even the spike did not even go close to where the entry would have been. And then see, it has been selling ever since that time. You can see it just keeps going on like that. It's working, guys. It's working. You just have to know what you're doing. You can see the conditions I discussed. You can see when it meets, trust me, it's going to go just like that. It doesn't mean that there are not times that you make mistakes, right? You can make a mistake and learn from it. Okay, you can also of course, the mistakes mostly happen when you did not set up your indicators right, or you don't follow the instructions right, and then price is now moving faster than your indicator, and then you don't get the accurate information you're supposed to get. That's when it mostly messes you up, right? But then again, you're going to learn from it. Of course, losses are inevitable in trading, so you can incur losses. This is why risk management is very mandatory. You need to know the capacity of your account and know how you are risking it. This is business, so you treat it as such, guys. You don't just want to enter and make all the money in the world at the same time, right? You take it slow depending on your equity. You can actually, if you have a good amount of trading capital, you can also make something tangible from the market within a split second, right? So this is how it works. It's very easy. So I'll let you guys just reach out, and of course, if you have been benefiting from our strategies, please drop good reviews to encourage other people who might be wanting to try it out. Okay, drop good reviews on the comment section. If you have something you want me to discuss next, you can also write it in the comment section, and let me just see where you are having challenges, right? So I can know how to help you guys. See you guys in the next video.